Fellow Americans, today there is a choice to vote. Not simply for some small matter such as how fast the car can go down the street. No. Instead, today there is a choice to vote for the future of this great nation. This nation that has triumphed over wars and over great oppressors. Today there is a choice to vote for the Constitution of the United States of America. This is an opportunity to make right in our failing nation. Ignore the anti-federalists who state that this Constitution is going to ruin our nation and create a tyrannical government. This is simply not true. Instead, supporting the Constitution is the right choice. Take the words of James Madison and Alex Hamilton into consideration. For starters, the Federalists believe in a strong central government. As stated in the Federalist Paper number 51. In framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the great difficulty lies in this. You must first be able to enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place oblige it to control itself. This supports a strong central government because what they are saying is that basically the Federalists must give the government power, but then they will be able to control it through systems of checks and balances. On the other hand, the Anti-Federalists believe in a decentralized government where states are supreme. According to Anti-Federalist Samuel Bryant, he wrote on how the Elastic Clause and the Supremacy Clause do not support a regular balanced government, but rather a permanent aristocracy. He was saying that there are loopholes in the Constitution that will allow wealthy individuals to take over, in which case there should be a more decentralized government. Another point where Federalists and Anti-Federalists disagree is the limited powers. According to number 51 of the Federalist Papers, it states, in a Republican government, the legislative authority necessarily predominates. What this is saying is that Congress will dominate because it represents the will of the people, in addition to having two houses which will further limit power. On the other hand, the Anti-Federalists believe that there needs to be a way of preventing power consolidation. Richard Henry Lee wrote that the Constitution appears to be a plan retaining some federal features, but to be the first important step and to aim strongly to one consolidated government of the United States. What he means is that over time the national government could undermine and even destroy state governments. On top of this, the Anti-Federalists believe that there needs to be a Bill of Rights, which differs from the Federalist point of view that the Bill of Rights is unnecessary. A good reason why the Federalists disagree with the Anti-Federalists is this Bill of Rights. According to the Federalist Paper number 84, for why declare things that shall not be done, which there is no power to do? Why, for instance, should it be said that the liberty of the press shall not be restrained when no power is given by which restrictions may be imposed? By limiting the government so it cannot impose on people's rights, Mr. Hamilton, one of the more famous Federalists, points out that this makes the Bill of Rights very unnecessary. On top of this, it could potentially have the Bill of Rights become dangerous and allow the government to restrict certain rights. Another reason for why many Federalists disagree with the Anti-Federalists is their belief that we need to prevent power consolidation and their fear of national government. But as obviously pointed out by the Federalists, the system of checks and balances will counter this and make sure that no government can become tyrannical or be able to impose strict limits. And so, having considered both sides of the disagreement, the Anti-Federalist and Federalist sides, it should be clear to each and every citizen of the fair state of Virginia that the Federalist side, the current Constitution as it is the one to vote for. Do not bow to Anti-Federalist tactics. by reading their articles, listening to their speeches. Instead, take note of what it is. The Anti-Federalists believe in a constitution that has its roots in the Articles of Confederation. Those articles have been shown to everyone that they do not work. We need a new constitution, and the constitution the Federalists have on the floor right now is the one to follow. It has the one that can promise a bright future for the nation. Please, rise up and vote. Vote for the future. But that's all that really matters. Thank you.